The movement reached the extreme northwestern corner of India and stirred the brave and hardy Pathans. Under the leadership of Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, popularly known as Frontier Gandhi, the Pathans organized the Society of Khudai Khidmatgars, or Servants of God, known popularly as Red Shirts. They pledged to non-violence and the freedom struggle. Another noteworthy incident occurred in Peshawar at this time. Two platoons of Gadwali soldiers refused to open fire on non-violent mass demonstrators, even though it meant facing court martial and long terms of imprisonment. This episode showed that nationalism was beginning to penetrate the Indian army, the chief instrument of the British rule. Similarly, the movement found an echo in easternmost corner of India. The Manipuris took a brave part in it, and Nagaland produced a brave heroine in Rani Gaidilidu, who at the age of 13 responded to call of Gandhi and at the Congress raised the banner of rebellion against foreign rule. The young Rani was captured in 1932 and sentenced to life imprisonment. She wasted her bright youthful years in the dark cells of various Assam jails to be released only in 1947 by the government of Free India. Jawaharlal Nehru was to write to her in 1937, "A day will come when India also will remember her and cherish her." The government's reply to the national struggle was same as before, an effort to crush it through ruthless repression, lathi charges, and firing on unarmed crowds of men and women. Over 90,000 satyagrahis, including Gandhiji and other Congress leaders, were imprisoned. The Congress was declared illegal. The nationalist press was gagged through strict censorship of news. According to official figures, over 110 persons were killed and over 300 wounded in police firings. Unofficial estimates place the number of dead far higher. Moreover, thousands of persons had their heads and bones broken in lathi charges. South India, in particular, experienced repression in its most severe form. The police often beat up men just for wearing khadi or Gandhi caps. Meanwhile, the British government summoned in London in 1930 the first round table conference of Indian leaders and spokesmen of British government to discuss the Simon Commission report. But the National Congress boycotted the conference and its proceedings proved abortive. For conference on Indian affairs without the Congress was like staging Ram Leela without Ram. The government now made attempts to negotiate an agreement with the Congress so that it would attend the roundtable conference. Finally, Lord Irwin and Gandhiji negotiated a settlement on March 1931. The government agreed to release those political prisoners who had remained non-violent and conceded the rights to make salt for consumption, as also the right to peaceful picketing of liquor and foreign clothes shops. The Congress suspended the civil disobedience movement and agreed to take part in second roundtable conference. Many of the Congress leaders, particularly the younger left-wing section, were opposed to the Gandhi-Irwin Pact, for the government had not accepted even one of the major nationalist demands. It had not agreed even to the demand that the death sentence on Bhagat Singh and his two comrades be commuted to life imprisonment. But Gandhiji was convinced that Lord Irwin and the British were sincere in their desire to negotiate on Indian demands. His concept of Satyagraha included the need to give the opponent every chance to show a change of heart. His strategy was based on the understanding that a mass movement must necessarily be short duration and could not go on forever. For the people's capacity to sacrifice was not endless. Consequently, a phase of extra-legal mass struggle must be followed by a more passive phase when political struggle was carried on within the four walls of the law. Gandhiji had moreover negotiated with the Viceroy on equal terms and thus at one stroke enhanced the prestige of the Congress as the equal of the government. He prevailed upon the Karachi session of the Congress to approve the agreement. Thank you everyone for tuning in. In the next part, we will finish this paragraph on page number 250. Thank you, all the best, and do share and subscribe the channel for more videos like this. Thank you.